Brax's Holdout, map number 1, the grand final of Meta Madness, powered by High-Tech, everybody. We're finally here, another best of 5 series. Yes, it's a best of 5. There's a couple of people that immediately jumped in, it's like, oh, but why is it not a best of 7? Well, if you would have paid attention in school, then you would have realized that a best of 7 is not possible with the rules that we have. And in case you're not familiar with the rules, let me go over them real quickly. We have 20 heroes that are banned for the entire event. That includes the grand final. And every single hero that gets played cannot be played again within the same series. So when you head it to map number 5, we're talking about 66 banned heroes, including, of course, the 6 bans within the draft. And we have game number 1, Team Makke against Team Dynouh. And it's going to be pretty awesome, because at this point, both of the teams had an absolutely fantastic run. Makke's team were able to make it through the winner bracket. Dynouh had to go all the way down through the losers bracket in order to arrive in the grand final here. And I hope that we're going to get the full distance. Let's give us the 5 maps. Already, as we're starting things off with, we have Malfurion banned again. We got Deathwing even banned. And it's wild that we're getting Brax's Holdout. That map was pretty much banned throughout the entire tournament. I think I remember seeing it once in the group stage, but in the playoffs, that map wasn't played at all. So at this point, Medivh gets banned too. Ultralisk still has technically access to his Carrigan. In previous series, a lot of teams went just simply down the same ban pattern from game to game and decided to ban Medivh and Carrigan against him. But now we have Rehgar as a first pick, which makes perfect sense. He's great on the top lane. Fantastic pick for map number 1. And traditionally, you get a lot of heroes with mobility here, and that's exactly what the blue team is starting things off with. They got Brightwing, they have Urel, she can easily traverse terrain too, and therefore rotate from the bot to the top lane a bit easier. Karazim is normally a very good support that you could get here, but we are having at least the red team going down a different path. They have Cassia and Oriel, and I'm immediately asking myself if there's a chance that we're gonna get a Zarya pick or a ban. Because if you are already in a position where your solo laner is likely going to win the solo lane, or at least not going to lose the objective too hard, then you with a strong 4-man can definitely do a lot of damage at the bottom of the map. So that's something that the red team could try and do here with Zarya. First, we got Garrosh banned out. Yeah, that's a solid one. Already targeting Lauber a bit. There would have, of course, there's also the possibility that Lauber, for example, just comes in and says, like, you know what, we're going to take Zarya ourselves. But there's Diablo together with Urel. And what are we getting from the red team now? How deep are they going to go into that rabbit hole of just designing a super strong 4-man to keep the pressure up at the bot lane? Especially now that they're up against Gul'dan, who, of course, brings a fair amount of wave clear with him, too. And that can not only burn down a Zerg wave, but it can also make your life so much harder when you're attempting to pressure that fort. And this is a pretty snowbally map, so in the sense that if you start losing these forts, the problem is that you will have a lack of sustain in the middle, and therefore the beacons are not as easily accessible anymore. Stitches and Imperius are our picks, so we have a tanky draft at the front. Oriel together with it. A little bit of whipping is definitely going to be allowed here. And Makke, he's going to eventually try and get his Mephisto. The question is he already going to bust it out in game number 1, since they already have a mage, or not? I doubt it a bit, but we'll see. He goes for Phoenix, and that sets us up for game number 1 in the grand final of Meta Madness, everybody. Let's go. Makke against Dynouh. Game number 1, the best of 5 at the grand final, and the blue team starts things off with Makke on Phoenix, Captain Rex on Brightwing, Lauber on Diablo. We have Nano once again with the Fell Flame build on Gul'dan, and Swamgrotta on Urel. On the right side of the map, it's Team Dynouh, with Dynouh himself playing Cassia in game number 1. We got Skog on Stitches, Ultralisk on Imperius, Honio on Rehgar, and Oriel gets played by Kelvin. And they're already shifting things slightly. They send Rehgar down to the bottom of the map, and the rest of the team is moving to the top. Traditionally, the setup would be a 1-4 split, top to bot lane. But that's all. Nice. I like it. A little bit of a cheeky hook over in the vent, so they were already anticipating that someone would be sitting here. Now that didn't quite work out, but still it was a good move, and I like the approach. Charge strikes on level 1 for Cassia. So we're definitely off to a good one here. At this point, we got bot side Urel against Rehgar the way it was intended. Brightwing is helping out too. But after the hook failed, we have a bit of body blocking going on. And the whip gets cracking right at the beginning as Kelvin is moving in with a quick hit here. So, yes, we are off to the races on this one. And when we're talking about Phoenix, we've got the Arsenal synergy here. Diablo with another engage. And a lot of damage on Dynouh. Hello, Cassia, she's in trouble, but they're turning it, or they're trying at least. Makke is low, but Dynouh escapes. No kill just yet, but definitely not fall out of fireworks in the first minute of the game. A lot of aggression, especially up at the top lane, whereas down here at the bottom, Swamgrotta has to yield position a bit to Rexa and Misha. That's the beauty of having Rexa on your team when you're playing on Brax's holdout, that you have a hero similar to Dragonshire, of course. Not quite to the same extent, but a similar thought process behind it. You have control over the minions on lane and therefore the experience, and also the beacon at the same time. That makes it difficult for Urel to deal with this combo by yourself, so every now and then we'll see heroes, like in this case Phoenix, move over, try to push Rexa back a little bit until they can take control of the beacon and then play around that. But, well, for now, they're trying to make the play for Misha. We got 10 stacks on the side of Gul'dan with this level 1, and both teams are starting to work aggressively on camps now. Brightwing is all alone at the top. Might jump in here because Lauber could be in trouble. He is in trouble. And there's the cavalry. Brightwing in the last second, like literally the last moment, moving in and saving Diablo. But then the fruit fly gets absolutely slapped to pieces. Nice. They got the fly swat out, and Brightwing is dead. A lot of stacks for Gul'dan though, so he is really trying to complete his level 1 quest at record time. We're having Tenderizer now on level 4. Bit of action at the top, and hello! Rex and Imperius with a solo kill against Urel. Alright, double control on the beacons. And damn, these bad boys are absolutely ruling this first game, at least in the initial phase. Level 4 talents for both sides. Diablo is trying to interrupt at the top, but they are already at 88%. And guess what? Misha's taking over. That's a Zerg wave, 100-0. That's as good as it gets in the early game. And that bot lane is now in trouble. Even more so because that wall is already gone. And no, Gul'dan! Oh, he's the one that needs to survive. He has the wave clear. Makke doesn't have enough. Now they are going to lose the fort and maybe even more. That's the perfect kill at the perfect moment in time. It doesn't get any better than that. It's literally the hero that was responsible to clear these waves and try and push them back, and he dies. He's back by now, but that doesn't help the fort anymore. The fort is gone, and now they will at least break through this wall at the keep while Rexa is dealing with the top lane. Oh my god, what an opening. Team Dynouh really coming out swinging here. They are not taking any prisoners at this point. 3 kills to 0, big damage already done. One of the towers goes down here, but Ultralisk, he might just have overstepped a bit, and yes, he gets taken down. And they're not only going to lose him, Dynouh is also falling, so that's a double kill. At least they're getting that out of the fight, but it's going to be tough for them to hold the beacon at the bot lane from here on out. It's going to be very, very difficult. Without the fountain, it's going to be tough. It's all the sustain that you really have, and if your opponent still has an option available there and you don't, then it's a tricky business. Boss is going to pop up in another 30 seconds. Of course, down to the bottom of the map, there's a couple of traps already in waiting. We're having also Surge of Light now after the Plate of the Whale. We're getting the Holy Fervor again. And target acquired, plus the combat advantage for Phoenix. So no warp talents here. Doesn't play around this level 7. Urel and the rest of the blue team are now also picking up their additional talent. Yeah, and Gul'dan is really firing it out. As long as he's not dead, he will be able to do a lot here. He's already done with this level 1 quest, so good for him. Diablo's stacking as well, but he's not quite at 100 souls yet. Here comes another whip into the wall. Lauber. Yeah, he's still alive. Brightwing with the heals. Everybody battling it out topside. The Zerg wave, by the way, is still in play. So down here, we still have one Guardian. They dropped all of this and finally it gets taken down. But that took forever. I really think that Team Makke thought this would be eliminated a little bit quicker. But that Guardian was a survivor. An absolute survivor, for sure. So on the left side, we have immediately another camp being attacked, and both teams are trying to do the exact same thing here. It's all about camp control, all about trying to push these structures down a bit further. We have at the bot lane Urel getting some extra experience for the team. And to be fair, Team Makke has nearly caught up. So they're very close to level 10, to the same amount of experience that Team Dynouh has. Both are working for level 10 now, of course. But it will be interesting to see if the red team can now capitalize on that destroyed fort at the bot lane once that the beacon's up for grabs again. Or if Team Makke is able, maybe with level 10 abilities, to get a kill or two. They have a lot of good ults coming up. Horrify and Gul'dan, if played well, can literally take an entire team fight for your team. So, yeah, some Grotta at the bot lane. Yeah, using that camp to get some damage done here. And is able to take the structures down at least a notch. But up towards the top, the pressure continues too. So things are calming down a little bit more in the first game. But we have now more camps taken. You can tell everybody is waiting for level 10. They're waiting for rogue abilities. So down to the bottom of the map. We're currently having them sitting tight as well. Trying to control continuously the globes, which is definitely helping Rehgar with his level 4 talent. And it's just a tiny little bit slower right now. There's the Horror ability. We got the Aegis. Everything as you would expect. I mean, the armament, that's always nice to know. I guess Imperius is one of the few where it's always a bit of a question, what playstyle are they trying to go for here? You could also go for Wrath, but they go for the armament. We got, once again, the boars that are going to get unleashed. And Rehgar goes down at the bot lane as the red team is trying to go for the top structure. If they can take that fort down too, that would just be such an incredible position for objective number 2. But the blue team saves it for now. Now, the kill against Rehgar was definitely a good one, and he gives Brightwing the control over the bottom beacon. But up here at the top, the fight still continues. By now, both teams have their level 10. Here comes the Valkyrie, and they go for the Gorge, but the Horrify. Too much for Skok to handle, and that's exactly what we talked about earlier. The Horrify from Gul'dan not only does it save Diablo, but it also eliminates Stitches, just as Rehgar is back armored on the map. So now we have an easy 4 kills to 3, a lead in kills for Team Makke, and a battle over the beacons as both are looking for the next objective. And especially for the red team, it's a bit tricky now. So they're about to lose the one at the bot lane. Ultralis comes in, tries to help out here. Alright, they're going for Makke, and he will maybe even have to warp out here. Brightwing is coming in, so they're pushing them back again. But it also leads to a catch at the top as Kelvin and Dynouh are retaking the beacon here. Diablo is punishing Stitches though, and Stitches is in real trouble here, and he dies. Dies for the second time now, 5 kills to 3. But the fort is now taking additional damage, and if they can take this down, as I said before, it also will destroy the fountain, and that's always a big win if you have more sustain on the lane than your opponent does. But UL has now moved towards the top, and this is the first moment in the game when Team Makke actually controls 2 of the beacons at the same time, so they are getting progress. Now, the important thing, of course, is that it's not a winner-takes-all objective, so even the 42 that they have right now, or the 50, will be useful if they should still lose the objective. But it would be a much better way for them, and therefore not such a decisive situation. Camps are still claimed by both of them whenever they pop up. 13 talents aren't here yet for neither one of the teams. But they are still taking structures out. This camp that they now took at the top lane has to be dealt with, and Urel can't waste too much time. Svangrotta retakes the beacon down at the bottom of the map. They're losing control, but they're still at 60%. But Urel can now take care of the top fort and maybe even save it. It's incredibly low though, so most likely it's going to survive here, but if anybody moves top and starts attacking it a little bit, then this structure will fall as well. And they're pushing the bot lane out now as well, so they're everywhere, they're just rotating. This is the ring around the rosy play that we see so often on this map. Maybe even an attempt to invade, that one did not work out, but they can now take control of the beacon for a little bit. And then, together with that, also ensure that they are getting that fort. So, beacon is about to be taken, or so I thought, and then Urel jumped in. Brightwing is still down at the bottom of the map. Misha is gone, and they have to fall back. But there's level 13. And now we have the hook range. And Brightwing is going for the bottom beacon, and they might just lock in a huge objective here. Brightwing takes it. It's 0% though, because Stitches has already taken care of the top. They double check on the boss real quickly, see what happens there. Always got to make sure that you get your scouting in too. And topside, I assume this is going to be the end of the fort. And therefore, the end of the lane sustain that they have here. The fort falls, the superhero minions take it down, and that's rough now. 6 kills to 3, so technically still an advantageous situation for Team Makke in kills and... maybe not in experience, but they're dead even. But now you have to, of course, take really care that the fights are very short and decisive, that you don't end up in a situation where your opponent can just fall back, tap the fountain, and then re-engage into the battle. That would be worst case scenario at this point. Yeah, are they trying to make a play for boss? Eventually we might see a Hail Mary. Instead they're now going for Lauba. Yrel will most likely go to the top again. Lauba is in the battle. They have to take this one. Aegis is already out. Good damage to at least some of them. There's the Horrify though. And Stitches with a quick gorge. Makke is low and he dies. Phoenix is dead. Misha gets dropped too. They go for Rexa. Svampgrota. He wants the kill but the heals are there. Hordio still survives. Finally we're seeing him eliminated. Stitches is also dead. What a battle between the two teams. But the 3-man kills Gul'dan, but Diablo turns around and drops Imperius. And they still have one of the 2 beacons. It's a 3 versus 2 situation as they're starting to go a bit deeper. For Kelvin, Yrel with a big mace straight to the face caves that hoodie in, and Yrel goes down. Dynouh is on the run. Maybe if he drops that spear, he's going to be a little bit faster. But that looks like a 5-man team wipe. He's gonna fall. It's just a matter of time. And now Team Makke goes for the beacon and is going to lock the objective in. And yeah, we have 16% on the progress bar for Team Dynouh, but that's likely all they're gonna get here. Or maybe not. Stitches, not contested. Okay. Yrel is also... Oriel is also back. Now they gotta fall back again, but this should still be an objective for them. Lauba sees all of this. Skog is checking the boss. Now Ultralisk, he needs to back off. But there it comes. The Zerg wave at the bot lane. Horrify at the top. Makke in trouble. Brightwing with a heal. Makke low, really low, but he gets away. And the salvo hits hard. The hook, on the other hand, also connects, but they just cannot get the kill here. Cassia is trying to deal with a big Zerg wave down at the bottom of the map. And that's absolutely insane. That fort is melting away. Level 16 talents any second now for Team Makke. That's of course something that Brightwing still has to deal with up at the top. But Gul'dan is now the synergy with his level 1 talent. And they can push this back a bit further. Has a huge talent advantage now. The whip from Yrel coming straight in with another bullseye hit. What about Imperius? Ultralisk. Yes, he gets out. And lunges back to a safety. Now the situation is still more or less the same. They are going to lose that wall at the least. What the blue team is of course hoping for, or what they were hoping for, was a kill so that they could go for the keep directly, and that didn't really work out for them. But this is getting nasty now. They are forced into a fight again. What they need is level 16 talents. They're losing Misha again. I don't know how Rexa can bear this. Every single time that Misha is bearing down on the opponent's team, she is risking everything. And I feel, personally, I feel it's unbearable to watch that. But, I mean, bear with me here. You know, if you are that close to her, as close as Rexa, then it hits so much harder. But thankfully, she's already back. 11 to 5 now. Pulverizer is in as well. And that's a big one. I love Pulverizer. If you've watched any games in this tournament, then you know that already. But I'm a big fan of that talent. So, Will of Heaven is here. And there's the hook. They go for Lauba again. But, oh, he goes deep. He goes really deep. There's the Horrify. Kelvin is nearly down. The salvo might still drop him, and indeed it does. The salvo takes down Oriel. Rexa is dead too. Nano falls. At least they got a kill on Gul'dan, but this still continues. Oh boy. Yes, Cassia is dead. They're all gonna get murdered here. Maybe they can kill Lauba, but that's about it. They're losing Imperius, and now Skog is the only survivor. And Diablo's, of course, on his way back already, since he had all the soul stacks together. So the boss is up next. They have to take out that top double camp too, but they will do work here. And they've taken only 1 fort down, so this is still them clawing their way back, structurally speaking. Everywhere else, they are now way, way ahead of Team Dynouh. They have the kill advantage, they have the level advantage, and getting closer and closer to level 20. Oh boy, 44,000 damage for Dynouh, and we have 62,000 for Phoenix. Yeah. Looking pretty good at this point for Team Makke. The early game wasn't quite there as they lost the first Zerg wave pretty heavily. Lost 2 forts very quickly, but they just didn't care. And it's honestly really impressive because normally, as I explained earlier, if you are able to take your opponent's forts down this quickly, your sustain will give you a great position for every single objective fight. And what we just saw is Makke's team just not caring about it, forcing very intelligent fights and then winning them handily and being able to turn it around. They have only 1 level until 20, and with Storm Talons, they should have the upper hand in the next battle. They're already chasing at the bot lane in an attempt to go for Rexa, and that could be a kill! And it is. Salvo, well, does a bit of damage. Urel, does she have the jump? She has her ult and uses it, but gets pushed back even further. Can Svamkrota get out here? I'm not so sure, honestly. He's trying, gets hooked again. Urel is just unkillable. He takes the 4 of them an eternity to finally drop the space goat. Both of the beacons have now been captured by the blue team, but they should be taken back in a second. The red team is already rotating over towards the top, but they are still 1.5 levels behind, and that's of course bad enough as is. But yes, Urel, he was doing her thing here. Now the boss at the top lane hasn't really done much more than just pinning the red team down. That allowed for the kill on Rexa, to be fair. But now the bot lane keep is taking damage. They're still hoping for that monster hook that can come out at some point from Skog, as he's time and time again trying to get a hook over terrain. But they already moved. Oh, they are actually getting control over both beacons, and they were hopeful that they could also hit the opponent with a bit of a flank. But that's now a nice start. Now it's 44% already for the blue team, so let's not forget about that. Even if the red team wins the objective, it is a significant Zerg wave that will be spawning for Team Makke. But we're not quite there yet. Blue team has just decided that even if they have to give this up, they will, simply because they're waiting for level 20. So they're saying, okay, boys, let's not risk anything here. Let's wait for 20, let's wait for the ults, and then we can make the play. And here they are. Lauber is low, 77 stacks for him, but there's the level 20. The Gorge on Urel. She doesn't have her ult ready, but is willing to jump in. Eats a lot of damage right at the start of the fight. But in comes Rexa. The boars get unleashed, and he's going for the barbecue. He is a real grill master. Our little George Foreman over here is absolutely smoking them. Down goes Stitches, the whip is out, Lauber is on the run, so is Rexa. And of course at this point we got the Unconquered Spirit, we got the Haunt, the Zerg waves have been unleashed. Nice juke by Rexa. Yeah, didn't Urel feel a little bit stupid there? But he's still gonna die. I mean, he can delay it, but he is still gonna fall. So Rexa is dead. Completes his quest though. Quest completed, time to feed. The problem is that this keep down here is also gonna fall. So that's the keep destroyed. The blue team is going to take the keep at the bot lane, and up at the top the web beavers were able to take the fort down. So as silly as that may sound, but after this is over, we're going to have both of the teams on even structures. And as I say it, it starts to look like maybe, just maybe, Team Dynouh can defend here. Oh boy, they go for Dibbles, but Brightwing with a save. Lauber, he's so low, and he gets out again. But the keep is still in play. And Svamkrota should fall. No way. No way. They go for Brightwing instead. They're punishing the Fruit Fly. I totally get it. Brightwing ruined their kill, and now they're going for the Fruit Fly to punish her. And Brightwing gets out too. The hell is happening here? Makke gets attacked, warps away. Do we have a hook? Do we have a hook? Do we have a hook? No, we don't. Can you put yourself into the shoes for Team Dynouh for just a second? How pissed would you be if you had... How many kill opportunities was that? We started things off with Urel, who was down to single-digit hit points. Then they couldn't kill Brightwing, and then they went for Phoenix, and they couldn't kill him either. The big juke city of 2022. And here comes the fight. The Diablo barbecue, but this time he dies. The salvo hasn't taken them down. Kelvin finds himself on the wrong side of the battle, so he gets dropped. But it's still a 4 versus 4. The hooks are not connecting though, but there is a bit of an advantage in structure still for Team Dynouh. It is a bit of a wild game. It really is. Stitches went into the hungry Stitches, by the way. And we also get the Diamond Resolve now. But it's a battle for the boss, apparently. And that could decide the game. That could literally decide the game. Diablo! Oh god, Lulba is dead. Lauba turns into Lulba and dies. And there's hungry Stitches. They take Urel. They take Gul'dan. And they take Brightwing. Oh my god. Guys, check this fight out. Look at Stitches. Look at Stitches. He gobbles them all up. Every single one of them. And they're getting the mad kills as they're moving down to the bot lane trying to end the game. They have been absolutely crushed throughout the mid and late game. And now the hooks are hitting. Makke is low. Unconquered Spirit pops. And they are going for the core. It seems like Team Dynouh is able to win this first map after all. 20 kills to 13. Big fight in the middle. Team Makke, the big risk on the boss. And it backfires hard. They're trying to defend, but it's impossible. The core is down to 50%. The boss is still at the top. Urel is on her way too, and this is the lead in the series for Team Dynouh. They came through the loser bracket, and now they take the 1-0 in this best of 5 at the grand final of Meta Madness, powered by Hightech.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
The big comeback! They made it happen on Braxis. Didn't really look good for Team Dynouh in the mid game, but they turned it around. That boss attempt of Team Makke, I mean, it backfired very quickly. So Stitches coming in with the hungry Stitches and just gobbling them up one after another. The boss being stolen and the entire team being wiped more or less. That definitely did not work out for them. So as it stands now, we got the lead in the series already for Team Dynouh. And of course the ban on Malfurion, I would assume that Medivh gets now either banned or very quickly picked by them. If they're targeting Ultralisk already, then Medivh needs to be right up there together with Kerrigan. But they go for Leo. They go for Leo ban, so that makes it at least a possibility that Medivh is being first picked by Team Makke. And I think that's something that Team Dynouh is now also thinking about. They of course would love to have her, but not so sure I was going to walk away with that pick. Infernal Shrines, map number 2, still best of 5 series, of course. And by now we have 30 heroes. They're not available anymore. The 20 permabanned heroes can't be taken any longer, and the 10 that were played in game number 1 are also unavailable. Here's the Uther ban. Okay, so no Uther main tank, potential double support, and they go for a Chromie pick. Chromie, first pick. Yeah, the little Chromesters in the house. There's Falstad and Medivh. Who's surprised? Who's surprised? Nobody? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, right. Okay, Ultralisk gets his Medivh, and he's probably sitting there like, how the hell did I just get my Medivh in the grand final of the tournament? When in all of the other games, he was always banned out. So now he has Medivh. There comes Varian and Dehaka Kane. Ooh. That's a lot of control already. So you got Varian for the taunt, you got Dehaka Kane for all the AoE control that he brings with him. Great for the shrines in the first place, and then on top of that you also have, of course, Chromie that tries to come in with a single target damage. But, yep. Let's have a look. We need... what do you ban now? I mean, additional damage, the side lane, those are the two things that you can ban. Yeah, they go for the side lane now, so Sonya gets eliminated. I am a little bit surprised because I would have thought that maybe Mephisto. Now I know, double mage, not really a typical composition, but then again this is Meta Madness and we see a lot of double mage plays. And Mephisto is insanely powerful and Makke loves to play him, and this is a great map for him too. So I would have at least considered it. Double mage is always a bit of a hit or miss because you want to really get those cooldowns out targeted on one hero and blow it up, because afterwards you're a little bit hanging in there. But for Makke, if he gets that access, that would be great. Now, it could also be played by Team Dynouh, of course, so that's the flip side of the coin. They go for Morales, and they have D.Va. Okay, we have Morales immediately. That's actually kind of cool. I did not expect her to get picked in the game this quickly. I expected her in game 4. Maybe game 4. But not in the second map. So, moment of truth, what is Makke gonna get? Has Lunara been played? I think Lunara is still up as well, right? Am I crazy? Was she picked on the last map? She wasn't, so Lunara is still up. She's another one. Tychus and Chen. We of course got Odin too. So, they are already in. Panda together with Varian, so sitting on the side lane here. Chen, Tychus. And now we are still in need of another damage dealer. No, actually, we don't have a main tank yet. They have Medivh for a bit of damage. Okay, and Falstad. What is Skok gonna take? Damn, this is gonna be a wild game. There's a lot of heroes that I expected to be picked within the first 2 maps that haven't been chosen yet. Okay. So Mei is in. Mei, D.Va. Double Overwatch. Right there. Okay, guys. Let's go. Let's get into Infernal Shrines, our second map in the grand final of Meta Madness. The second map of the series, it's Infernal Shrines between Team Makke and Team Dynouh. And on the left side, we have a pretty strong composition for the blue team with Makke on Tychus. Odin, fantastic for the shrine fights. Nano's playing Chromie, so a lot of single target burst, where Lauba with the taunt on his variant can set up kills for her. Svamgrota, he's playing Chen on the side lane. A lot of sustain for him, of course, too. Fat Illidan can always try and drive the fights a bit further. We have Captain Rex on Deckard Cain. And on the right side of the map, the team in the lead in this series with Dynouh and Falstad. Ultralisk, he gets his Medivh, one of his top picks. Honio on D.Va, Skok on Mei, and Kelvin with Morales. The lieutenant in the house. Yeah, needs to be careful that she doesn't get demoted here. Well, that's a demotion already. Sad moment. Down goes Medivh. I mean, that's a bit of a setback. Not only do you lose your player that plays his favorite hero, more or less, but also Morales isn't even able to save him. Blue team abandoned one of the key strategies. They didn't Mokus Forales, they just Mokused someone else, and it worked really well. So they get the kill. They take down Ultralisk, and he's just sitting there like, boys, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. I was nervous. I didn't pay attention. I didn't realize the game was already starting. I was just running it out mid lane. I was just running it down here. Calm down, calm down. But yeah, so the blue team comes out swinging at the beginning. But they have to keep that up. That's of course the bigger question. Undoral Anomaly is in. The camps have now also spawned, and both of them are making a move straight for the Khazras. Top side is of course our 1v1. As they're doing their thing, but here comes Dynouh and says hello. And that's obviously the good news for them too. We haven't really touched upon it yet, but they have a global. So they got a global here. And every single time I see Morales, I can't really help myself, but I also have to think about the backdoor potential that you have with your composition. And it's not... I mean, it's a little bit there, but not there. They have a lot of zoning tools that they can use to buy them a bit more time on either the objective or even a structure if they're trying to YOLO for it. They have Gust, they have D.Va that can push people out, they got an Ice Wall that they can set it up after level 10, so there's a lot in play here. But for now they're playing for the shrine, and for the camp, and Lauba is a bit low, nearly died here as Ultralisk is just cleaving out. Yeah, Ultralisk is feeling a little bit mad right now. He feels bad because he let his team down at the beginning, so he's putting in the extra effort. He's going the extra mile as he's attempting to help the team. And Morales sitting in the back and just like heal, 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 beam, 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 brr, brr, brr. And Svamgrota in the mid lane. Also in trouble for just a moment. But the taunt is finally in, so Varian is a real hero now. We get the Master Assassin as so often for Tychus. So again, the passive, super important here that he gets with that. You're never really looking at the stats. You don't want to get those... Well, you want to get those stacks. You just are aware that you're pretty much not getting them. That talent is good because you get the passive and it applies to Odin. Chromie is now also following with a level 7. And
that's also a bit of a weird one, because the teams haven't really soaked as much XP as you would have thought. We're now at level 5, and the shrine is already active, so that's going to take a long time until the teams have level 7. Normally, the first objective is all battling it out for 7 and then taking shrine control. At this point, it's not really in the cards yet. Ultralis gets attacked again. Taunt has been out already once, and that's of course the danger. Target gets taunted, and then Chromie comes in and just drops everybody. Shut up! That thing. Yeah, she just likes it. Honestly. Chromie is just wild. She's weird. But either way, she gets her quest. It's completed. So right now we gotta get Ultralisk again at the front. The main tank Maiev here, more or less, as long as Mei is not doing her job. So yeah, he's frontlining it in, gets the heals in. It's nice to have a pocket healer like Kelvin. So that's what we're getting. The Panda's still down at the bottom of the map. Red team is, by the way, fully rocking that objective. D.Va has done a great job here, but might now die for her efforts. Yep, D.Va's down, but they at least get the objective. So here we go. That was solid. The kill came at a real nice moment, just as they were about to take the Punisher. So now you have an easier time defending it. Falstad's still down at the bottom of the map, obviously. And the Global will play a big role in late game, I would have to assume. And now they went for it. They focused Morales a little bit. And she went down. Demoted! I already told you. She let one die earlier. Now she herself also gave up. That's definitely a demotion in the making. Can they kill me? No! And Swamkrota? He's all of a sudden in trouble. He still wants to kill, but that one's not over yet. And I feel a little bit sorry for the Panda. If that was not an honorable Subaru, then I don't know what is. I mean, he jumped in, thought he could get the kill, and then away. And then they just juked him out, and there was nothing he could do anymore. So, for some reason... Oh, but yeah, so much for that. The bird also gets just bloodied. Oh, back in the KFC basket with him. That's a lot of chicken wings right there. Okay. But either way, there's another kill. Morales is down again. At this point, I just have to assume that she's simply lazy. I mean, she's spending more time in Nexus than on the battlefield. Maybe a little bit of PTSD after the last Shrine fight. I don't know what exactly is going on, but she is having trouble. So, we got level 10 coming up for Team Makke. The boys in blue are crushing. Works really well for them with that killer composition that they're playing here. And now they got the level 10 ability, so they could dive it even deeper. The old man ready to tell some stories. Can he, though? Can he? That's one thing we're gonna find out. But yeah, either way. Now that we have the keg out, and can they maybe not get another kill here? No, not yet. I mean, they're pressuring them back and they're really putting the plays onto the fort. But they have to wait for these minion waves and obviously for someone to step out so that Varian can get a taunt. But Team Dynouh plays it pretty smart here and doesn't give them a lot of opportunities, and therefore they save the fort and save the day. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. But again, we got now a level 10 for both sides, and that gives us a disc. There's the ice wall. Morales going into the stim drone. D.Va hasn't made a choice yet. Well, there we go. The missiles are in. But now they have a fighting chance, right? Now they can at least fight back. 4 stacks also for Tychus. Just as a side note, just in case that this game goes completely bonkers. There's the disc, the gust, the isolation, the tether. They go for Lauber, and it's a kill. Lauber is down, and the objective has been claimed. The old man trying to tell people his war stories again, but nobody's listening. Everybody's running away immediately when he opens his mouth. So now they try to go and capitalize on that ult being burned, and they take down Mei. Blue team still gets the kill. That's actually impressive. The tether is there, and the birdie is getting stacks, but do they get the drop? And they don't. Ultralisk, on the other hand, is making it out of the fight, trying to hide behind the wall that gets killed a second later. The wall destroyed, and he's like, oh shit, and has to run away again. It's like, boys, I was hiding here. Don't give my hiding place away. But that's another good position for Team Makke, and that comes off them losing Varian initially. So here comes the taunt on the birdie, and Dynouh is still alive. Ultralisk had to jump out too. Deckard Cain gets attacked, a few more stacks, but Fat Illidan is coming in for Dynouh. The heals from Morales, a bit too much for him to handle. He might have to keck it out, and he gets us all just in time to keck away. 7 kills to 2, 32 stacks to 5. They're looking for kills, and they just can't find them. It's a little bit like Easter egg hunting at this point. Team Dynouh is looking for the kills everywhere, but they are just nowhere to be found. They are hiding behind corners, they're hiding behind other heroes. No kills in this game. So now we have nearly level 13 for them. They're gonna get that fort at the bot lane. Yeah, it's a little bit rough. Red team, after a successful game number 1, now has trouble establishing a decent foothold in this game. So it's a bit brutal. I mean, the old man coming in with level 13 talent, the ancient blessings. And we're also now getting the enough to share. I mean, it's definitely enough to go around here. Chromie with a timeout. Timeout makes it sound, by the way, like she's just a little schoolgirl or something. She's just sitting there as gets a timeout. Gets sent her to her room. You go to your room, young lady. Enough TV for today. But they take the wall down. Yeah, and they're poking this out. The bottom fort has fallen. That's the first major structure that has been killed. 20,000 damage for Medivh, top damage on her team. So Ultralisk is putting work in on the front line, with Falstad attempting to catch up. He's at 17,000. But then you have Chromie with 31k. And Tigers isn't doing too bad either. So that's the next tier. All the way up at the top, there's another play, and if they don't rotate in here quickly, their fort is also going to take some more damage. And look who's waiting. It's Lauber. Yeah, Skork moved away just a second later, but they're realizing that they got some time here. They might not get the entire thing, but it is incredibly low. Nice. They stick around. They take it down. They take it down. The ice wall is already put in place, but that's not going to stop anybody. Yeah, the grenade takes down the fort, so that's the second major structure eliminated. Swamgrotta still on the run. They want the panda, and he gets out. Ultralisk, on the other hand, might not. There's a temporal loop, and not enough damage. Well done by Falstad. The gust came just at the right moment in time. Could have been the end of the hero. Bird is already flying bot side, hoping to at least destroy the wall here. And yeah, so far it's not really looking too great. Maybe they can at least take this down. And indeed they can. But the fight in the mid lane continues. And I like how the blue team just continues to pressure Ultralisk in most of these fights. They're shifting targets quite a lot when they see an opportunity. But Ultralisk just doesn't have that freedom that he normally experiences with Medivh. And he's of course an incredible player on that hero. But you can tell that Team Makke is communicating very, very efficiently here. They're channeling their inner German in every single team fight. There's a next camp claimed. And that's nearly level 16 for them now. But there's another move for him. They're kicking Morales away, trying to go for the isolation, but the disc shuts that down, and maybe the panda is now in trouble. They're coming in for it. The red team, they're trying time and time again to kill the pandas here. China has already sent an angry letter. They don't like that at all. But Team Dynouh is not dissuaded even a little bit. When they see a panda, they see red. They want to go for the kill. But he just survives, and is cheeky as hell. Coming in again with the sass here. Ultralisk made it out, but it gets looped back in. And Ultralisk is dead. Murdered by Chromie. Tigers actually with the last hit here. That's a kill steal if I've ever seen one. If that was Dota 2, he would already be reported right there. But again, we got level 16 now, so that's a talent advantage as well. They have the numbers advantage, the talent advantage, and they have the panda. That's all that they need here. Coming straight in for the third fort. That's the last remaining fort that Team Dynouh has, and the shrine is activating in 3. And guess where it's spawning? Yep, mid lane. Level behind, 1.5. No talent. No 16 talent. They got some talents, just not the one on 16. But I actually talked with Breeze about this a little bit. He was just like telling me earlier today how impressed he was with Dequaza when he played on his team. And that he said this guy is incredibly good, incredibly great player. And I had a quick talk with him, and I said, like, it's really sad that people like Dequaza never had a chance to play in HGC and go full time. Now, obviously, they would then have also had to compete with people that were able to put more time into the game, and that would have made things more difficult for them too to really excel. But just the way that they are playing the game right now, you can see that there's a lot of talent there, but they never really got that opportunity. So it's a bit of a sad move. But again, we're still getting great games. We're still getting a lot of entertainment here as we're heading into the next objective. Because that one is for the blue team. They got 39 stacks. They're just waiting this out a bit. They're going to delay it slightly so that they can take additional camps. And here's Medivh again. Oh, what a sleeper move by Deckard Cain. That was a good story for once, but he got shut down by Medivh. And that was a very, very nice disc. If not for that, it could have led to multiple kills here. But they're now tethering Lauber, and they might get a kill there. The Panda, by the way, he doesn't give a shit. Junkrat is sitting at the top lane and is taking another minion wave out, and that will definitely force the birdie back. So yeah, birdie is going to be on the way back to the top lane together with Morales. Now the Punisher gets finally taken. Took him long enough. But they have, of course, a lot of control here. And it also, with the timing, more or less guarantees them that the next objective is going to be when they have level 20. That's one of the reasons why they were delaying this in the first place and staying at 39 stacks. They wanted to make sure that they get their own camp at the top lane, that they can take the rest, and also that for the next objective, they will have level 20. So really nice place. Always assuming that it comes to another objective, because right now they're already going for the keep, and if they get a kill or two, then you can guess where they're headed next. So Junkrat is already jumping back in. He's playing such a great game on the Panda that I will forgive him for choosing the wrong skin here and not going for the black and white War Master tint. But yeah, he's playing a great game with the Panda, and he's just coming in again with another keg. There's also Chromie, Temporal Loop, 1 hit, 2 hits. Can they go for Diva? No. But they got the Makke down at least. 8 kills to 2, and the keep is also gone. So, good stuff for them. Yeah. Another 2 camps up, and they're going to take both of them, so yeah. And of course, 27,000 damage still for Medivh. So Ultralisk is maybe even going to lose the game where he can finally play his best hero. It would be a little bit wild, but it is just another testament to how good the blue team is playing this. Chromie hasn't died yet once. The only heroes that died are the 2 frontliners, the one that are exposed to most of the damage the entire time. Everybody else was able to survive through this. False is at 27,000, is about to pull ahead of Falstad, and can also still chip in side lane experience thanks to the global pressure. But since they are losing structures all over the place and they're not killing anything, this is still an absolute nightmare. They have to somehow bridge 2 levels now, and already the attempt to go for the plays. The keg has been upgraded as well. We got the untapped potential. Chromie went for the loop. We got the big red button. And whew, that is some spicy setups now. Disc is also missing. That makes matters worse. But that's kind of crazy. I mean, he is they're just... They're going for the core immediately. And why wouldn't they? They got the level 20s. They got the pressure. They're making it possible right now. There's a lot of tools where they can also push the opponent around a bit. But the shield is falling. Chromie and the big red button of Tychus are both starting to take it down. And it's losing hit points real quickly as both use the distance. Nano boost on Diva. And then she dies. They're going for Kelvin, the Panda going for Morales, and they can only stop him with multiple ults as the core is getting dropped further down. 60%. It's a 5 versus 4. They really want the win here. That would tie the series and guarantee 4 maps in this best of 5. But what a set again. Dynouh barely makes it out. There's the sleeper set up on Mei. They want the kill. And they can't get it, but the core can't run, and therefore no chance of escape. 20%, they can just simply right-click the shit out of it now. And this is it. The blue team takes the second map of the best of 5 and ties the series as we're headed to Game 3.
To the Spider Queen, game number 3. The series is tied after Team Makke locked in the victory on Infernal Shrines. And guys, as we're headed into this game, keep in mind again that this entire event is and was sponsored by Hightech. They're absolutely amazing. They have been a great partner for the last 2.5 years. And if you haven't checked them out yet, then please do that. Especially if you're watching this on YouTube right now. If you haven't checked through the video description yet, you haven't clicked the link, then take a few seconds, pause the video real quickly, and just check them out. It's always nice when they see that there's traffic coming from the Heroes of the Storm community, that people are appreciating that they are still investing in heroes and pushing the esports scene a little bit further forward. And if you're in the market for a bit of hardware, then make sure that you check the shop out a little bit more thoroughly. They have a fantastic chat support, by the way, too. So if you're like me and you have no clue about hardware, what you need, what you should get, and what the best options are, then just talk to them. They can help you. You tell them if you want to stream, if you just want to play games, what kind of games you want to play, what you have, and they can help you to put a system together, just upgrade yours. And we had a lot of people in the community already that did exactly that and had very positive experiences and are very happy with their high-tech PC, myself included, by the way. I have one here as well. So again, link in the description. If you haven't done it yet, support the tournament a bit, especially if you enjoyed the entire event here. And talking about enjoying the event, I talked a little bit in the last game, in the draft, about how Lulnara is, well, not really represented in the first 2 maps, and I guess we're not going to get her in the third one either. But we're getting Mephisto's Makke. Makke's Mephisto. I mean, he plays with, he's the OG on it, alright? So it works both ways. Anna together with it, so not only do we get Mephisto, we get a nano boosted Mephisto and a Nezebo against him. Okay, things got just spicy. We have a battle between the mages. Late game, Nezebo is crushing. He's going to be great here. And obviously on this map, he's going to get his stacks together. I mean, he can easily move from one lane to another. He's initially going to be part of the mid to top lane rotation so that he gets more stacks. And the 175 until level 20 are not going to be a problem. The only question is, can they survive until then? Because right now, if you have Makke's Mephisto against you, he is incredible. And if he then has also a nano boost from Anna, you are looking at damage. But there's obviously a bit more to the draft than only those 2 heroes. We have Garrosh and Leoric on the other side, and both of them are very, very nice to have here. But we need to see what are the supports on the red team side. What else do we getting on the side lane? We already have a few more bans coming in as Tyrael gets locked out, so there's no sanctification here for now. And what else are we getting? Come on. I still need the main tank. We need something for Lauber. And also, Swamgrota is always a bit of an X factor. And they're hesitant now too. Yeah, Malthael, double support. If we are going to game number 5, that could have a big impact. Double support is going to change things a lot for a 5th game, because then you're really starting to all of a sudden run out of certain roles here. Especially the main tanks are a bit of a problem, but also the supports, they're just enough for 5 maps. Unless you have people going double support a couple of times. So that Uther main tank potentially, or even just a double support, is already for the late game an interesting one, if we're going the full distance here. Now we get Tirana together with Garrosh, and we get Thralls. That's a strong front line to protect Nezebo. There's a lot of CC too. A lot of CC, a lot of poke. I like the Tirana pick here as well. I can also interrupt, of course, on gem channels here on Tomb. But we get Lauber. And the final pick. Do they play a double support with Lauber on ETC? We could get the Holy Cow again. Divine Shielded Mosh Pit. Alright. Game number 3, one of the 2 teams is going to pull ahead here in the best of 5. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's go. Game number 3. Makke finally places Mephisto again here in the grand final. We got Captain Rex on Anna to support him a bit, especially with that Nano boost on level 10. We get the Holy Cow with Uther, played by Nano, likely heading into the Divine Shield, and Lauber is of course expected to pick the Mosh Pit here with this ETC. But Svamgrotta, the final pick for the blue team with Malthael. And that's, by the way, another combo. I haven't even touched upon that, so let's talk about that in a second. But first, on the right side of the map, Kelvin on Tyrande, Ultralisk on Thrall, Dynouh going full frog here with Nazeebo. We got Hornio on Leoric, and Skok is playing Garrosh. So there's obviously, as I already said, the combo. Oh, is that an early kill? Oh, Granny, careful. A little bit more careful here, please. And she's not the only one that might be in trouble. We also have a play for Garrosh who barely made it out. And look at Tyrande. Oh my god, she was at 48 hit points. But coming back to my train of thought here. So I talked a little bit about the nano boosted Mephisto, which is obviously insane, the damage output that he could do with him. But there's another combo that you could aim for, and we have seen that combo single-handedly win games on maps like Infernal Shrines in the past. And that combo is Malthael with the Tormented Souls over his last rites, nano boosted with a Divine Shield. Because normally when he gets nano boosted and he has Tormented Souls and he jumps into the team, the best thing or the best way to deal with him is you stun him, you lock him down, and you try and kill him quickly. But if he has the Divine Shield too, he can in a big team fight rip people apart. And just to give you one example, well, talking about ripping people apart, that's a dead Makke. Bye bye Mephisto. Yeah, talking about ripping people apart, if we ever have a fight on the boss pit, for example, that combo, if they pick that ult for him, would be incredible. Absolutely incredible. So there's multiple ways how they can play this. They don't have to just go and put all the eggs in one basket. There's definitely a couple of different approaches of what they could do in this game, depending on what kind of playstyle they're executing. Also, for Thrall, we have now the Echo of Elements on level 1 for Ultralisk, so it didn't decide to go into the Trash Lightning and didn't see a need for Trolling Thunder either. So in this case, we have Echo of Elements for the first time, I believe, in this tournament. Dynouh's in trouble, and he goes down, so that's Nazeebo taken down a notch, which makes stacking, of course, a lot harder for him. Can't stack when you're dead, baby! IQ 200 plays, that's how you counter the Witch Doctor. And they are getting a free wall as a result now as well. So, good opening, good start. Nice pressure, I like it. I'm a bit curious to see what kind of talent we're going to get for Thrall on level 7, because with the build that he chooses here, I could totally see follow-through if he really wanted to just focus fully on damage and not on sustainability. But now we got the big voodoo in, Thrall with the mana tied, and they try and make the move for Skok, I believe. There's the power slide. Lauber with some really nice isolation plays that he was able to execute. Opened up more kill opportunities for them, but they barely missed out on dropping Garrosh. It's a kill for now. Yeah, and Svamgrotta with the damage at the bot lane as he's going for Leoric. Okay. We got a good one here. I like that. I mean, we already got the Consume Vitality straight into the Paralyzing Rage. Now the hits at the top as they're looking for A, turn-ins, and B, also a few more connects on kills. Yeah, there's a good stun. Can they follow up on Makke? Not yet. Blue team is dominating that rotation. They're the ones forcing the fights, they're the ones forcing Team Dynouh back, so they're playing it a bit safe, but they're also doing a decent job at turning in. They have already delivered 21 gems. Blue team has now started to catch up on it. So of course that wall that they lost, it hurts a bit. 50 stacks for Nazeebo, so as promised, this rotation between the mid and the top lane is already paying dividends for him. And combined with his level 4 talent, that of course makes him incredibly powerful towards the late game. He's gonna move over into main tank position eventually, if this continues. But there's the next talents kicking in. First we have the slide straight into the stun. They try to go for Tyrande. Lauber able to move away here. But they are again attempting to force the issue. And they might just be able to get a power slide on Skok. Nope, Lauber isn't ready yet. So with level 7 we now get the Toads of Hugeness. They're huge. And we got the Ancestral Wrath. Alright, Moonlit Arrows are in. And, of course, on the other side, the Oppressor after Indomitable. That one's never in question. Such a great talent, level 4 for Garrosh. Especially with the role that he plays within these fights. But the Web Weavers are going to touch ground. It's the blue team that gets the first objective. Makke already doing his best to get some damage in here. And here we go. Topside pressure, it's on. There comes Makke. Moves in as best he can to already whittle down the hit points on the wall a bit. Down to the bot lane. It's a two-man defense for the red team, but that means that nobody is sitting in the middle of the map.
Don't forget that the blue team is playing a double support, so they're lacking a bit at the damage department, at least for now. That all will change, of course. Mephisto is fantastic already, but especially afterwards, if they're really capitalizing on Malthael and Mephisto with the support that they're getting from Uther and Ana, then they can get big damage out. But as far as the wave clear goes, they're definitely taking a step after the red team. If Nazeebo, for example, gets on structures and starts to drop the toads, then he's going to crush a lot here. But the first fort falls with objective number 1, and that's a very good start into it. They also got a kill on Thrall, and now things are escalating slightly. Yeah, that is fantastic. That's a great, great first objective. 16,000 damage from Mephisto, as promised. He's easily the top damage in the game. Nazeebo, he can catch up later. But Makke with Mephisto is just going to be more consistent. For Nazeebo, he can get 2 damage before. And I mean, he's already doing it. He's second highest damage dealer in the game. But his real power spike comes with 20 Vital Infection. We have seen teams play very well around also the Ravenous Spirit. So that's of course going to be a big part of this game too. To an extent that it was even upgraded on 20 several times. As Nazeebo players thought they couldn't get their stacks on 75. But as it now stands, we still have them both aiming for heroics first. Nazeebo is at 100 on the baseline, and they get the turn in. It's going to be the Web Weavers. They surely can't lose Skog though, and he makes it out. If they can, on the other hand, kill ETC, that would be great. And ETC is dead. Beautiful timing. Beautiful timing by Team Dynouh. God, loving this. And here's the ults. So, we got, as promised, the Tormented Souls. There it is. I called it at the beginning of the game, and here they are. So they can execute the combo with the Nano Boost and with the Divine Shield if they ever see the need for it. They have multiple options now for Ana and also for Uther. You can go for the Holy Cow. You can go for Mephisto with it. Great opportunities throughout the game. They just got to call it, and at this point, the only thing they can call is a dead Mephisto. He's down. Lot of hatred. Eliminated. Easy kill. 3 kills to 2 now, and they are losing a fort quickly, and they might lose more here. Just as ATC comes back, Mephisto gets murdered. Fight continues. Ana eats all the toads, and here comes Mephisto. Nano boosted. Can he get something done here? Divine Shield is in, but yeah. That's the problem when you can run away from the combo. That's exactly the issue. This is why I highlighted a bit earlier. This could be important when we're talking about a boss fight. But since the red team was already on the retreat, that composition didn't do a lot for them. They have to really use that when the fight is going on and when there's nobody trying to run away. Now, burning those cooldowns in that moment is probably not going to hurt them. I don't really think we're going to get another big fight anytime soon. Now, to be fair, there's a turn-in available for both teams, so we might. But yeah, that's pretty much what they are going to try and do later. And if there is a battle that you have to fight, that combo is incredibly powerful, but if not, you just walk away from it. 62 stacks on the Toads, 122. We're on level 12, and he has 122 stacks on the Nazeebo already. So yeah, he's looking really, really good. But either way, we now have, again, a move zone against Lauber. Oh, good entomb, Ravenous Spirit, Lauber, he can't get away. Thrall with the last hit, they get the kill on ETC. They try and follow up with the second one on Ana. She's low, Makke is also low, and wow, he anticipated that perfectly. He was just waiting for Mephisto to pop back out, and then it was the mace to the face that eliminated a lot of hatred. That's a triple kill for Team Dynouh, and they are moving in for Uther. They get at least that stun. They get a slow, but they can't get the taunt. They're getting it. They're getting the kill. They were able to get the kill after all here towards the end. That was nice. Let's check that last kill out for just a moment. Like, look at him. He gets out there for a moment. Then he gets caught by the Waller's challenge and gets let out into the fight. They drop Uther, and that was the final kill there. 7 kills to 2. The turn-in has also happened, and that allows them to take more structures out. The fort in the middle is definitely going to fall, but they might be able to get more. And they have level 13, of course, now. So level 13 talents. They will soon be picked up by Team Makke. There's still a level advantage for them. We get the Superstition on level 13. Look how confident that guy is. Goes into Superstition at this point instead of the Ice Block. Not too bad. So, yeah, there's that. And we'll see if they need the Icebox later, if he's going to regret that. But given what we have against them, it makes sense. The spell armor is going to do well for him. The fight is already coming in. Here we go. At this point, the fort falls, but can they get hero kills? No, they cannot. Down to the bottom of the map, on the other hand, someone needs to deal with the web weavers. Where's the red team going? They're still pushing in the middle. There's the Divine Shield on Ana. And there's the party! ETC gets interrupted. Ravenous Spirits is ravaging everyone. Uther down. And so is Garrosh. Leo dies too, but the bigger news is what's happening at the top lane, because it seems that this keep is not gonna make it, or at least it's really low. They go for another kill at the bottom as they're trying to take Makke down. He gets away. Lauber on the run, on the move, still aiming for Nazeebo. Couldn't get him though, and now he's in trouble. Gets slowed, gets locked in by the wolf, and nearly killed, but he made it out. 8 kills to 4. 15.5 to nearly level 15, so the team in blue is catching up slowly. They even saved the keep topside, but boy, what do we have a game on our hand again. One attacking combo after another, big damage coming through. 150 stacks now for Nazeebo on his baseline, so Vile Infection is becoming a real possibility here. And Nazeebo is already fighting his own private battle with Mephisto as they are opting for the top damage in the game. 39,000 for both of them. Nazeebo is slightly ahead, but just imagine if they're getting to 20 with Vile Infection. He should really just pop off here. But I'm still waiting for that boss fight. I still am waiting for a battle over either turn-in or the boss before they are starting to make their plays here. I mean, at this point already, the party here continues as they pick their 16 talents up, and that forces the blue team back. Not something that they want to fight right now. So, yeah, as it stands, we get the Thunderstorm as so often. We also got the Soul Harvest again. The build, of course, continues with the Royal Focus. And, well, right now, we are getting a boss, apparently. Nazeebo is the only one moving in for it. Everybody else is still showing on the map, but it seems like the blue team already sniffed that out. Because Dynouh is always doing this shit. He's always trying to solo the boss, no matter what he plays. Normally he does it with Valla, or comes in with Tracer, but now he goes full Witch Doctor, looks at the boss and goes, "Aye," and tries to take it down. It's just typical Dynouh. Dynouh's not on the map, you know he's at the boss. Like, that's how you play against Dynouh. You just wait until he disappears for the map, and then you know where it's going. Here comes the Divine Shield. No nano boost though for Swamgrotta just yet. But Kenny with the Tormented Soul still gets some damage in. Lauber! Oh, the party! The party! Guys, do you know how that started? They tried to entomb him and he tried to move out, and then he just realized, hey, I'm in the middle of them. I can kill them all. Look at this. Look at this. He slides out, doesn't get it, ends up in all of them. It's just like, "Arr!" And then it's the dance. And they are getting the kills in. Holy hell, that was good. I feel a little bit sorry for Leo though. Leo was like, alright, I got him. I got him. And then he was like, oops, mistakes were made. So yeah, absolute fantastic play here by Lauber. Yeah, and of course with that, they now have topside, the boss claimed. The web weavers are also on the move, which means that we have 7 kills to 8, even experience, and an opportunity for the blue team to take these forts down. Down at the bottom, talk about opportunities! 20 gems! And they're gone. 20 gems down the drain. And those two are still getting away. Easy peasy. Nazeebo with the defense, he's soloing a topside. And down to the bottom of the map. Oh, in the middle, they're still defending. So the defense is actually looking really good. I'm honestly a bit impressed. With that kill on Malthael, that was a big step. Leo's taking over at the top. Everybody else can now still go down to the bot lane. I think they were for a sec. Were they waiting for the camp to come up? It looked like it for a moment on the minimap, and then they realized, oh wait, there's still a web weaver at the bot lane. So yeah, there's that. But Leo isn't here, so this is a 4 versus 4 now. And Lauber is waiting. 10 seconds for his ult. Stacks are, by the way, already enough for the Vile Infection. He's at 180. I mean, it's going to take him a little bit until he gets to 65,000. But he knows one step at a time. One step at a time, please. Can you imagine if Nezebo with like 2,000 stacks? Just picture that for a second. Nezebo with 2,000 stacks, and then he's just sitting there and he's like, alright boys, time to fight, let's go. Yeah, they are one level away from level 20. Things are starting to escalate. Nice thundering, but Makke is still alive. Has to jump out. The Toads were on the way. And here's again Mephisto. But I gotta admit that Mephisto and Malthael are having a little bit of bad luck here. Mephisto is doing tons of damage and he's top damage in the game now. But Malthael just doesn't really pull it off, even with the Tormented Souls and the double support, popping the Divine Shield and the Nano Boost. So they might be better off dropping some of that on Makke and helping him. The team fights are just not going their way. Now Makke is doing very well on damage, but it's just not enough to net them kills, and that's what they need right now. So that's the problem. There's good counter plays too, of course, every single time they recede right now. Thrall is moving in time again. We had a couple of cool Thunderings by Ultralisk as he was splitting the opponent's team up, isolated heroes. Can of course then also save it for an interrupt, but now we are gonna get Vile Infection. Alright, so as per our usual agreement, a quick look, 52,000 damage for Nezebo as he hits his level 20. And we're gonna take it from there and see how much damage he is going to get as we're heading to the next few team fights. Don't tease. Don't tease. Come on. Take the Vile Infection. If you take the Ravenous Spirit, you're gonna get a death loss or something. I'm still adminning in this game. If you have 212 stacks, there's only one talent you're allowed to take on level 20. There's just none other. Alright, on the other side, what are we getting? Both of the teams are with Storm talents. Me like it. So, you fucker, really? Nope. Annihilating Spirit, I don't give a fuck how good that ult is. I want my Vile Infection. I'm gonna go full Baby Rage on this now. I'm gonna sit here in the corner and I'm gonna throw a tantrum. No Vile Infection. I hope you lose now. I hope you lose. I feel cheated. I feel cheated. And I know I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one that sits here and is like, you little shit. He cheated. That's not cool. That is not okay. Dynouh, we're gonna have words at some point. That's a report. That's a report immediately. 222 stacks and he doesn't go Vile Infection. There's the party and he gets interrupted. Lauba got cocky. Look at Lauba. After the last Entomb, he got a little bit cocky. Yeah, Nezebo kills one. I don't care. I don't care if you kill the entire team with the Ravenous Spirit. You didn't take the ult that I wanted. That's not cool. They're getting the kills on Uther. He has the redemption. Ana is down as well, so at least one of the supports is going to come back. Keeping Svamkrota alive, by the way, but I don't think for much longer. They're trying to get a kill on Skog. They get Thrall. And they go for Dynouh. Yeah, with Vile Infection, he would have killed the entire team already 3 times over. But no, he wanted to be edgy. He wanted to be edgy. Now they're losing. They're losing the next one. Leo is dead. Yeah, but Nezebo might have just killed Lauba here. Run! And they're getting out. Okay. Yellow card. Yellow card, Dynouh. That's all that I'm saying here. Oh boy, he's gonna clean them up now, isn't he? Yes, I think so. Nano's on the run. Svamkrota is dead. They're all low. The stun. They can't get him. Oh. And here comes Mephisto. And Makke dies. Makke dies. Killed by Nezebo. 79,000 for Nezebo. 87,000 for Makke's Mephisto. And boy, no way. 50 hit points for Dynouh. Gems, they have already turned it. Oh! Yeah, that's the end of Garrosh. Svamkrota had enough of this shit. This game is a full fiesta right now. Full fiesta. Kills everywhere. Left, right, bottom, center. Everybody dead or dying. 10 to 20 to 13 now. 23 in total. But yeah, 80,000 damage for Nezebo. 87,000 damage for Mephisto. Tirana hasn't died yet, by the way. That's insane to me. It's absolutely insane to me. Kelvin hasn't died once. Yeah, and Dynouh gets caught. There's the Entomb Ravenous, and he dies. He would have clearly killed all of them with Violent Infection. That was a great mosh pit as well. But in this case, that didn't work out. Kelvin! That's the... I cursed him. It's my fault. I'll take full responsibility. I shouldn't have told you that he hadn't died yet. That one's on me. That one's on me, Kelvin. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize. All right. But the Web Weavers for the blue team are now descending, and they are already crushing the top keep. Yep. There's a double catapult that is coming in here. So Web Weavers should be able to take this down easily. One more shot fired. But here is the opportunity. 86,000, 87,000 damage. Our battle is still going on between the two of them. That keep is gonzo, 100%. That Web Weaver down there is just gonna make sure that their own keep doesn't fall. But top side, there's of course a chance now to end the game. With Tyrande gone and a Zebo not in the game, are you kidding me? That's the main damage gone. Yeah. There's the big chance right now, but Nazebo is back. He's sitting here like, bruh, aye. Like, sorry boys, picked the wrong talent. I'll make up for it, I swear. I saved the good talents for the next game. Look how quickly they're burning this down though. Oh, poor Web Weavers. I feel a little bit sorry for them. Turns out Nazebo has the stronger spiders. These things might be bigger, but they're not stronger. So all that did was open the map up a little bit for them. 250 stacks for Nazebo. Okay. But, for now, we got the push through the bot lane in an attempt to at least get the fort. They gotta keep. They gotta keep. But yeah, that one falls as well. So another one eliminated. Get some damage in. But they gotta prevent them from turning in now too. I feel like that's the moment where they are thinking, hey, why didn't we take last rights? So... 90,000 damage for Mephisto. We are going to get 6-digit club members very, very soon. Seems like the first one to join the 6-digit club is gonna be Makke. Yeah. 93,000 damage for him now. And I really don't like that for Dynouh's team. Those are gonna be pretty annoying. Catapults on the core with the third one now coming up soon too. That's gonna be a problem. Yeah, there's the Divine Shield. Leo's dead. Leo's gonna die. But they're trying to get a kill. Mosh pit! Ravenous Spirit, where's the interrupt when you need it? They're trying to go for it, and Skog survived, and Svamkrota dies. Leo hasn't fallen yet either. Are you kidding me, right? How the hell did he survive? So now we are seeing 3 kills. Leo bites the bullet, was about time, activates his trade, but Mephisto and Malthael are both dead. Couple of catapults already on the core, but Web Weavers are going to be descending. Nazebo is here too, so the core is not even going to take damage, and now they might be... Hello? Excuse me? Sacrilege. Sacrilege, sacrificing core points for no reason. 15 gone, and yep, they're down to 81%. Now, they're probably going to win the game now, but still, that's the second yellow card for Dynouh. Clearly another yellow card. But I would assume that they're going to win the game now. Mephisto is down for another 20 seconds. That's the next one. But, well, here we go. Keep is about to get dropped here quickly. And at the top lane, Nazebo is already taking down another one. So yeah, they're looking good here. 15 kills to 13. Obviously a bit... Oh boy. Svamkrota, he needs help. Help, he needs healing. And he gets healing. They're actually chasing them back. Are they able to take Dynouh down? No, they're not, because Skog is a beast. The core is slowly falling though. Yeah, well, maybe scratch the slowly. The core is falling, it's falling quickly. If Dynouh gets with the toads on the core, that's a problem, so they keep an eye on him. 74% on the core, but this isn't over yet. They go for Nazebo again, and he's down. Dynouh is dead. He could have soloed that core with Violent Infection, by the way. You know it's true. Hornio is also falling. Guys are gonna get crushed now. If they're losing another hero, then they're gonna lose at the top lane. Boss is up, so Boss is another thing that they could focus on, and they just don't have the core damage anymore. Team Makke, Team Dynouh, this game is awesome. I love it. Fantastic game. Dynouh has 280 stacks now. 280. If you have Violent Infection in that situation, you go on that core, you drop your spells, and that thing is dead. But now, they are going for the boss. And that backdoor that we're now going to see in just a second comes pretty telegraphed. I mean, you know that's gonna happen. You know that's gonna be a thing. So they have to abandon this quickly, and Leo can interrupt them. So Leo is maybe interrupting them, but ETC is at least zoning them out. Yeah, I'm not so sure on that boss play. That was a bit weird. They didn't get anything out of that situation now. I don't think they had the time to move over towards the right side of the map and end the game. But maybe if they just attack the boss with 3, they have a chance. Yeah. Either way. This is not... I mean, this game is still wide open. The next fight is going to decide it. The advantage goes to Team Dynouh since they have taken every single keep out. So now, with the Siege Giants also taken the bot lane, they could technically try and just posture around the boss, wait for someone to show up at the bot lane and deal with this and then attack it. If they take the boss, the game's over. And of course, Team Makke knows that. But, well, they gotta deal with it. 3 heroes are now... This is the moment when Mephisto can pop off. But here comes Nazeebo, and he can solo the core at this point. Yes, he can. It would be faster with Vile Infection. Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep harping on this until the game's over, you bet. But he can still solo it. So now Mephisto is playing against him. Up towards the top, if he comes to the 4 versus 4, Malthael, he's gonna win the fight. With all the support that he's gonna get here. But now we're having Makke attacked from all angles. There's the Bruiser Cam. Siege Giants are also there. Ravenous Spirit! Nazeebo! Dance, baby, dance! The Sundering saved him! The Sundering saved him! But for how long? That's the question. The problem is he's not the only one that's dying. Got another kill. Mephisto is dead. The 2 supports are fighting solo. That's not how this works. Usa is still buying time, but the core is falling, and that is gonna be the end of it. Team Dynouh with the lead, taking the 3rd game of the series, which they could have won 5 minutes faster with Vile Infection.
Map number 4, Cursed Hollow. I love the maps today. The maps are awesome. One good map after another right now. And yeah, it's brilliant. Cursed Hollow, I just hope that they don't ban Abathar, that they don't ban the Vikings. Doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to get played, but at least I would love for them to have the option to take them. Team Makke is in the lead, so that means it's the first match point as well, so they have a chance to decide the series in their favor now. We have, at this point, 50 heroes banned. 30 that were already played, that cannot be picked again, and the 20 that are perma-banned for the entire event. And there they go! And they're banning Abathar. Yellow card. I just had to give Dynouh a yellow card because he didn't pick Vile Infection and ended the game 5 minutes earlier. Now I have to give one over to Team Makke because they banned the slug. That's not okay. You're gonna get slapped. So yeah, that's not cool. That's absolutely not cool. What's the final ban though? Come on, make me happy. Ban something boring. There we go. There we go. I love it. And then first pick into Lunara. Now keep in mind that we have literally seen every single hero played at least once in Meta Madness, with the exception of the Butcher. Butcher is the only hero that hasn't been picked yet. And yeah, it's sad for him. He was at least banned, so he was involved in the draft. And I guess technically you can argue that Valera was also only played in the group stage. Ah, but there we go. Nice. Illidan and Kharazim. That's how you start a draft. That's how you start a draft. Give me the hunt. Feel the hatred of 10,000 quick matches. Mal'Ganis and Arthas as the counter. It's so good to see Arthas again as a counter to Illidan. Those were the days back after the game was just released. Ah, the days of old. Those are the stories that Deckard Cain should tell, right? Like he remembers. When he was a young spring chicken, Arthas still had Envenom. So did Kerrigan. You could still use the ult when you copied Archon. So yeah, here we go. Okay, what do we have? We got Alexstrasza banned. against the blue team. And how do they deal with Illidan now? I love how they're starting the draft with it. It's not like they are sneaking the pick in on the second rotation or anything. No, 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 no. It's literally what they're starting things up with. There's a Zagara ban against Dynouh, always a good idea. Yeah, so nicely done. Greymane, and holy shit, they are going all out now on the damage. Can you imagine you're like Lunara and all of a sudden you have Illidan, Kharazim, Greymane and Sonya jumping in for you? If Sonya takes sleep, they literally have all gap closers that they can use to get quicker onto any kill. That is insane. That's such an aggressive lineup. God, if they could have picked Tyrael together with that, can you imagine that in a team fight? Lili and Kira are the picks. Okay, so we get Lili and Kira to... Oh, this is gonna be glorious. Map number 4, final pick, Skog. What is he picking? This is gonna be so good. They need to somehow try and control Illidan. They need the stuns, they need the slows. But yeah, it is a nasty lineup. And main tank Deathwing. Here we go, everybody. Main tank Deathwing, Cursed Hollow, map number 4 in the grand final between Team Dynouh and Team Makke. The party continues. We end game number 4, potentially the last map of this grand final, depending on the result. It's a match point for Team Dynouh. And we have on the left side Captain Rex on Lili. We got Nano and Kira. Swamgrota on Arthas. Makke is playing Lunara. And Lauba is playing Mal'Ganis. They got some stuns. They got some slows. Everything that you need for Illidan is CC. Targeted focus fire NCC is really the bane of his existence. Especially hard stuns when you have them. But as already mentioned, most of the main tanks are already banned out. Team Dynouh with Dynouh himself on Greymane, Kelvin on Kharazim, we got Skog on Deathwing, Ultralisk on Illidan, and Hornio is playing Sonya. And it is a little bit tricky at this point, obviously, if you are going up against someone like Illidan, because the normal choices that you would go for when you're facing off against him are just simply not available anymore. Anything that just slows his rate of attack down, that can stun him, is always nice to control him a little bit. Blinds are also okay. The problem with blinds oftentimes is that most people, especially like Plastic League players, they think a little bit too much in regards of hard counters when they're looking at a draft and a hero like Illidan, and then they're thinking like, blinds, we need everything, and then they're picking blind heroes and forget that there's 4 other heroes on the team, and then they die anyways, and Illidan just like dodges around them and murders them later on. But in a case like this, where you have this many heroes banned, I mean in total was 56 now, it's of course a bit tricky. You can't just simply dive into that draft anymore and really get those picks out. I mean, you look obviously over to what's left, and there's not a lot of hot stuns available. So you can try and burst him, you can try and isolate him, and they still have a lot of slow so that they can control his movements a bit better. But we've seen Illidan and how an effect he can have now in multiple games throughout Meta Madness. And once you're hitting map number 4, map number 5, he is very difficult to deal with. Obviously, he scales well into the late game. Early on, he is a bit more on the weaker side, but once we're hitting the late game, once that a few of the forts have been taken out and the distance to safety has been increased, he just snowballs very, very quickly, or at least he can. Now, they have a lot more that is very aggressive on the lineup. It's not that they're playing just a single hero here. We have Kharazim that can follow up with damage, of course. In this case, I could totally see him go for the palm, by the way, instead of 7-sided. It's not like they're lacking damage. Dynouh gets saved. Him on Greymane is, of course, another hero that's great, not only at taking camps, but can then also come in with a finishing move at any hero. Arthas is playing a big role with this too. Back in the days, he was one of the main counters against Illidan, going into a full-on Frozen Tempest build, with a level 16 in particular being a problem for the melee assassin. And we already have him here with the Frozen Wastes right there. So, as it stands, not a single kill yet. Team still diving around the camps. Lunara, she obviously has a lot of damage there too. But Illidan is already trying to chase, and the Panda is down. First blood immediately. Even in the early game, he can drive the fight and net them a kill. And they are going to try and continue exactly that kind of play.
Now, it was a 3 versus 2 to begin with, so let's be fair about it. But now that Lunara is back, the red team is still trying to use that camp and take some of the structures down. You got Lauba playing around as best he can. Here comes Kira. Whee! Swinging like a little girl on a swing. Quickly around the heroes and then totally crushing them with the damage. But that is a choke point that they could lose their entire team in. Illidan, though, wants to go for Lunara. She doesn't get her. A double kill against Greymane and Illidan, and all of a sudden, it is the blue team that's on the move. The first tribute got taken by Team Dynouh, but now they lost Karazim too. And that's, of course, an open wall in the mid lane. Easy damage done by them. Very well coordinated. That's exactly what the blue team has to do in order to be successful here. Take these opportunities and then just capitalize on them as best they can. Skork up at the top. A beautiful Deathwing skin once again. He's already controlling the lane against Arthas, who now went into the Icebound Fortitude on level 7. But the fight continues, and it's exactly the same MO. They are a pain train. A pain train that left the station a long time ago, has taken a lot of momentum, and is trying to crush people. But they are overdoing it slightly. Illidan is dead, and Dynouh nearly fell. Could still fall, but they can't get close enough to him. And of course, with Deathwing helping out here, it means that the top lane is open to Arthas alone. Everybody is super low here, and Makke, yeah, he was hoping to connect that, but couldn't. That would have potentially been a kill on Sonya. So things are not looking too bad for Team Makke early on in the game. The late game, when we have Illidan scaling and the rest of the team scaling, that's of course the danger. But if you build a very good foundation in the early game, then the blue team can use maybe a curse, couple of bosses to really drive this along. And that's what they're going to try and do. So Lauba is already zoning Deathwing out. That's a tribute for a tribute at this point. We're waiting for level 10 abilities. And we have 6 stacks towards the Unbound on level 7. It's a good one so far. The Mass Vortex is now in. We also got the Surging Winds. So Lily obviously also played to provide some blinds. It's not only Illidan that you're really thinking about, but it helps you. I mean, again, it's pretty much everybody. Mainly, it's of course for Karazim, for Greymane, and for Illidan. But yeah, that's definitely value that you get there. So they're going for the boss. The same is happening at the top. Svamkrota is trying to piss them off a little bit. And he cannot even slow them down enough. Now, we got the unrelenting strikes here, but they are zoning them a little bit more than I expected, and Mal'Ganis is coming in for that. I think Lauba is going to die, but if it resets the boss, then it might just be worth it. The team has already taken it at the bottom of the map, but they are, of course, going to get chased hard now. Yeah, there's the army. Level 10 abilities are saving the day for them. And the red team has to give it up. Jeez, both of them able to survive. Thanks to the heroic abilities, they denied the boss to them. The hunt! Nice! And the bullet! Svamkrota! Gets away! Ultralist! He was thinking about it. You know exactly they were sitting there. I was like, I could get him. Maybe I can get him. But then I died too, and he didn't want to do that. So Svamkrota with Arthas is still doing work. But of course it also means that down here we have, even with Deathwing, trying to go for the interrupt. Finally a channel... No. 4 heroes channeling a tribute. Feels like the beginning of a joke. But the only joke here is Deathwing, who can interrupt them for ages. So they get the second tribute. The bottom fort has been taken out. The top fort has also been eliminated. The boss is still up. I'm, by the way, super happy that we got the hunt. I mean, we literally got the hunt right now, so that's awesome. But as they defend the bot lane, now Mal'Ganis is moving in, and he wants to set the team up for a potential kill even. Yeah, the rest of them is coming in too. So far, no ults. Are they really trying to take this? The hunt is in, and there's the 7-sided strike. Illidan just got popped like a pimple. He went down within a second. Kelvin is on the run. He's also in trouble. Not sure if he's going to get the cooldown back in time. And, well, here's the answer. He doesn't. Horny O gets dropped too. And, guys, that's 7 kills to 1 and another boss for the blue team. Team Dynouh, YOLO's a little bit too hard. They can be aggressive. They should be aggressive. But they should also wait until the late mid-game at least before they're taking battles this aggressively. Illidan jumped fully into them and had 0 support behind him. And they just dropped him within half a second. So now they got another boss and they can make a play for the tribute at the bottom of the map. they will also have level 13. Another thing, by the way, that Lunara did, which I should probably mention, she did not go for Thornwood Vines. We've seen Thornwood Vines as a staple in her build in nearly every game where she was played. But against this composition, that would be total suicide. So unless you want to commit Sudoku, you go for the Leaping Strike here, which is exactly what she does. Can now reposition a bit. Here's the curse. That makes the life of Greymane a little more difficult at the top. And they are already looking for more damage in the mid and the bot lane. So really good moves by Team Makke. Good ults, good adjustments in their talent builds, nice rotations on the map. But you cannot count a team like the red team out this early. There is always a chance for them to come back. As I said earlier, once those forts are down, the distance to safety is huge. And then Illidan, Greymane, Kharazim, they can chase you 6 days to Sunday. And they will try to do exactly that. Camps are taken. Greymane is still defending up at the top. And even the wall here is going to take some damage. The mid fort is also going to follow, at least it should. As Arthas is cleaning another wave up. The team is already at the bottom of the map, attempting to murder this one too. And yeah, we'll see if they can drop that keep. They got another 12 seconds. That's still a bit of time left. And they have, of course, good damage against structures. And they got the Siege Giant. So there's a bit of a double combo going on as we speak. 50% on it already, but Deathwing moving in. Can they maybe get a kill here? Popping the ults already. Illidan so far without the hunt. He's still sitting in the middle trying to defend here, but he's probably going to use it soon. They're trying to drive the fight here. 13 versus 13 in talents, but the 2-level advantage. And they're stacking up on them, but the 7-sided strike drops Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis down. Lili with the ult, throwing her little temper tantrum and healing everybody in the same time. But they are not getting the kill yet. Illidan, he hunted in 2, but he had to move out. The keep is still in play. That animation, by the way, is the one that always gets me. Lili, whenever she pops her ult, just take another look at her later. She literally looks like a child that's throwing a tantrum and is just going full baby rage. It's ridiculous. It might be cute, but it's fully ridiculous. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. She's just sitting there, she's like, la, 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 la. It's just going bananas. So they're going for the fort in the middle. The camp that was still here, the Bruiser camp, prevented it from being claimed. But they shouldn't fight without Mal'Ganis. So, decent job by Team Dynouh defending. The bigger problem is that level 16 is so close now. That's actually a really big issue, because it's a 1.5 level lead that they're running. And that is a solid advantage. We got the Gale Force. And we still need... Yeah, careful. Oh, Dynouh is not going to get out of this one, is he now? Yeah, he's dead. Howling Blast, and goodbye, Wolfie. Tries to go for Bambi. The Wolf wants the deer, but doesn't get it. This time the deer wins. So now we have them with level 16, with another boss about to be taken. They're going to sacrifice the tribute at the top, which will be claimed by Team Dynouh. But they're going to get the boss. 27,000 damage from Lunara, 25,000 from Greymane. Arthas is already sitting in the middle. Illidan is sitting at 12k. He's obviously never going to be the one that has the top damage easily. He's way too heavy on the single target damage. And they're not even giving the tribute up, by the way. They're only having 2 at the bot lane now, so they're moving in for the tribute. Sonya is still pushing the top lane out a bit, so that's good for her. But yeah, they're double checking the bushes. Ultralisk, he cannot engage in that. No, no, no. Deathwing can piss them off a little bit longer. That's definitely a thing. But yeah, Illidan can't do anything about this. So there it is. They go for the channels again, trying to get them as quickly as they can. Jesus, Deathwing is annoying. But they get it. They get it, and they're also getting the fort in the middle. The good news for Team Dynouh is that they now have level 16, so they have even talents. Yeah. Even talents for them. That gives us all the cleanses in the world. The Blades of Azeroth. And they're trying in again. Oh, the Howling Blast! He also went for the 16, by the way, so got the Remorseless Winter now. The keep is gone if they can go for core here. If they get a kill. Oh, that would be such a dream. But they can't pull that off quite yet. So they can take the Siege Giants. There is another tribute spawning. And let's not forget, the boss is going to be up pretty soon as well. Another 5 seconds, another boss is up on the map. It's the big opportunity for Team Makke to force game number 5. We could see game 5 here. We could go the distance. We had so many amazing games in Meta Madness. And this one is also pretty awesome, but I would not mind to see a 5th map. That would be the dream here, of course. And, well, we could very well get to that point. So, easy tribute. That one's gonna happen. Down here, Lauber. Holy shit! The damage! Illidan comes in, and boy, did they just force them back. Half the team wasn't even there. Ultralisk is jumping out, and everybody was everybody's just sitting there. Thank God we didn't die. Oh my God. Lauber setting it up. Kira coming in with the ult. And everybody was just like, run! Run! Get away from this before they kill us all. Holy hell. Yeah, what's the damage actually looking like for Kira and for Lunara? Kira's at 35,000. And we have... sorry, Lunara's at 35,000. Kira is at 30,000 now. Another tribute is spawning as well, and we have that in a pretty good spot for the blue team, but obviously Team Dynouh has to react here. Yeah, they cannot let that slide. Illidan, he's defending against the keeps, he has the hunt, so he can move in. Top side will eventually be pushed out with catapults, siege giants, so that's another win that they have here. Yeah, but they're going for the position. Arthur's 7-sided strike. That seemed like he missed hotkeys up a little bit. I think he wanted to dash and then go for his ult, but messed it up. Now, either way, I don't think he could have killed it. Maybe he just fat-fingered it, or I missed something. But that's an ult that's now on cooldown, so that's a problem. The hunt! And Arthur's is still alive, and they're all in the choke point! Lily throwing a little tantrum again and healing everybody. Karen's team is down, they're going for the next kill, and they're dropping Sonya. They're chasing the rest of them. Lunara is at least dead, but Ultralisk, can he save the day for them? He's dropping, and he's dropping quickly, trying to escape. He has Greyman and Deathwing are still fighting the battle. Skog moving out! They want him! And they just can't get him! Lily's on a big adventure, but she has to be careful because the big bad wolf is about to drop her too. The camp at the top is still pushing, but they only got the 2 kills and not more. Illidan moving out. Their tribute is still up, and that is a curse. That's a curse right here, and they are heading for level 20. That's an opportunity. And we have Greymane going for a solo. It's of course, it's Dynouh. What am I talking about? Why am I surprised? Why am I surprised? It's Dynouh. Of course he's going for the solo boss. I just don't understand why, because they're losing keeps now. They must be thinking that if they can get the curse and the boss, that the game is over and they'll end. But now they're getting stopped by them, so that is going to be the end anyways, I believe. Lily with the ult, they are on the point, and Ultralisk is about to die. Their big and final battle, 7-sided strike, everything is unleashed. Keep at the top lane is down, Keep in the mid lane is gone. Lily is dead. Can they turn this? What is this fight? The blue team gets completely killed. What is this battle? The core falls, and it's over. The Minions end the game, and we go to game number 5 in the series.
Get ready, everybody. Towers of Doom, the final map. We're going the distance at Meta Madness. The grand final best of 5 between Team Dynouh and Team Makke. Malfurion gets banned. There's only 3 supports left. There's only 3 supports that you can still pick, and Malfurion gets banned. Oh boy, it's crazy. We will have 66 heroes eliminated at the end of this draft. 50 heroes have already been played. 40 have been played. 40 have been played. And 20 are perma-banned. And the 6 that get banned, they're banning the supports out. They're literally banning the supports. Suljin is getting banned too. Oh god, they're actually doing it. Guys, we have no supports left. Abba's our first pick. Cho'Gall is gonna get played, right? There is not a single support left anymore. Tyrael is left. We have... There he is. First pick.
That's a Tyrael pick now for the red team. It's the only real tank that's left. The only real tank that they still have in the game is Tyrael. Zarya is available too. They have shields. They don't have supports, but they have shields. Oh, God. Zagara and Tyrael. Here we go. Side lane pressure. Oh boy, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. All right, let's see. What are we getting here? What do you even ban at this point? They banned Zamuro. That makes sense to me. Abathur Zamuro is a problem. You can just sneak around the opponent and just YOLO it the entire day. You could still go Abathur Murky. I'm just throwing that out there. Oh, God, this is too good. When you start your draft with an Abathur first pick and then a Butcher pick. There's Zul banned. Okay. Zul is also banned. Here we go. Double pick. What you got? Vikings are up too. So if you want to play globals, Vikings are up. Oh boy. Come on. What's it gonna be? Ragnaros and Artanis. Oh god, this is awesome. Ragnaros Artanis. Team Dynouh. They're embracing it. They're fully embracing it. Here's the moment, everybody. Orphea and Gaslo. Gaslo, Zagara, and Abathur. Oh. Captain Rex with the final pick. Oh, this is too fucking good. Come on. What's it gonna be? They go for Jimmy. They go for Jimmy. We got a normal pick all of a sudden. Towers of Doom, everybody. The final map. Cho'Gall, Ragnaros, Artanis, Zagara, Gaslo, Abathur. It is glorious. Let's go. The final map in the grand final. He had Meta Madness. Oh, beautiful. Let the fiesta continue. Makke against Dynouh, the final map. On the left side, in blue, Makke on Ragnaros. Captain Rex playing Reyna, the most boring hero next to Tyrael in this game at least. Laua's playing Cho, and we got Nano on Gal and Swamgrata on Artanis. And on the right side of the map, it's the red team with Dynouh on Gaslo coming in on level 1 with the big game Hunter. We have Honio on Abathur. Kelvin is playing Zagara. Ultralisk on Orphea and Skok on Tyrael. Supports? Nah, don't need them. Who needs the support? They blinked in the draft. They had a chance of, like, if they would have gone for like a gentleman's agreement, each team could have walked away with one support. And then once the first hero got banned, it was clear that we would play this one out without any healers whatsoever. They didn't go for Zarya though. Zarya was up, they could have picked it. Artanis dies, useless as usual. Serves them as a bit of a punching bag, soaks the damage the others didn't want to take, but now they come in for a kill on Ultralisk, and he gets the shield! I was the entire time thinking, where are the heals? Where are the heals? And I'm like, well, shit, there are no heals. So, Now, we got on level 1 the amateur opponent, so Artanis can at least fight the pumpkins a little bit. That's honestly a battle that he could win. That's a battle that he could possibly take. We got a couple of globe stacks together also for the Ardent Restoration here for Tyrael. So, yeah, increases his heal amount, so there you go. That's something that he can definitely do. Pumpkins are already taken as the two teams are making a play for it. And up to the top lane, we got Abathur against Artanis. The slug is in the house with the big slaps, the big hits. Ah, that's what we need. The king.
Hail to the king, baby.
So yeah, we need Abby. He needs to be... Abby is honestly, as a solo healer, he has his... Well, he had his place at some point, even in actual meta. More as a niche pick when you want to surprise your opponent, of course, on certain maps and not a staple. But still, he can fill that role. So there is a certain amount of sustain that we got for Team Dynouh. And we'll see if they can carry that to victory, or if Cho'Gall is just too much to handle. Because that's the big risk here, of course. Cho'Gall is an absolute beast in the late game when he starts scaling, and even without a support, that might just be a bit too much for them to handle. So the damage output there is going to be quite serious. The Jimmy pick isn't all that stupid, by the way. He has self-sustain too. It's maybe not the best and most reliable one, but it's there. Abathur needs to be careful that he doesn't get swapped or anything. But Svamkrota is trying to get out, swaps himself around a bit, but is still in trouble. And the kill! Yes! The second kill against Artanis. Makke also on the run. And they nearly slap him too, but he's still able to escape, so that's 2 kills to 0 now. And Jimmy still attempting to get some damage in, but with Abathur helping out over and over again, the blue team is being forced back now. Bot lane Zagara has the wave clear, of course. She's by now going into the envenomed spines. And we have for Cho'Gall the uppercut and the rising dread as usual. Now even Abby is helping out as we have the altars appearing on the map. Yep, so he's trying to help. They go for the kill. Gaslow setting that one up against Jimmy. And the battle for the third altar is still happening. Yeah, Slugger has to slug it out real quickly because Artanis was already looking to join him. But there's Ultralisk with the channel, and the red team is getting 2 out of the 3 initial altars here. 3 kills against them, so Makke and his boys have not gotten a single kill yet. Svamkrota slowed, stunned, hello, and Trash Tanis is gonna fall again. They are farming him. They're absolutely farming him. That's the 3rd kill against him already. So that's not good news. Went into the shield surge on level 4. Again, guys, keep in mind, all of this plays out without supports, so that's pretty big. We got the Goblin Fusion on level 7. We have by now also the Purge Evil down to the bottom of the map. Cho'Gall is giving Zagara shit. Tyrael is coming in, trying to help out. He doesn't like it. And on level 7, the Hand of Ragnaros. Okay. And they are moving towards the top again. Now, the level 7 talents are now available for both of the teams. No! The Slug! Makke, look at him, ruthless. Sacrificing his own life nearly for it. They took the Slug down. Abby is dead. And, well, that helps them with the camp at the bottom of the map now, too. So they're moving in for the pumpkins. Jimmy is sitting in the middle of the map, by the way. Cho'Gall is just trying to slow them down a bit with success. And as he starts to move slowly back, we have Jimmy taking the wall down a bit and Abathur retaking the position at the top. Now with Mule, we are of course finally in a position where Abathur can also start to heal those structures back up and repair them. Yeah, Makke, careful. Level 10 ability soon, but a nice kill from Tyrael. Abathur is murdering them, by the way. No surprise that Ragnaros went for him and tried and took him out here, because Abathur is just killing it. That's Cho'Gall dead as well. 7 kills to 1 in total. And you're looking over at the damage output. Orphea's at 14,000, but Abathur, he's the one that brings the kills and the pain. Ultras with a channel. Full level lead on level 10. An entire level ahead here. The crushing jaws. We got also the setup potentially through... well, not Gaslow. They got the Maw. They don't get the Grabber Bump. Instead, we're having the Robo-Goblin now. Abathur hasn't made a choice yet. Is there a way that he picks Monty? Are we going to see Monty the Monstrosity? There's no way, right? No. No, he goes for the Ultimate Evolution. Anything else would have shocked me, honestly. Now, Tyrael gets attacked down here. And Cho'Gall is still waiting for his level 10, but they might... he gets mauled. Good move by Kelvin. That could have been the end of Tyrael if they don't use that. Seems like it's going to be the... What the... Svamkrota, come on. Even if you die for it, you want that kill, baby. You need that kill. Gives up on it just because the Slug is helping out. That's how afraid they are of Abathur right now. And I don't blame them. Yeah, there we got it. The upheaval, Sulfuras over the lava wave. Even in this game, they're looking at it like, sorry, Trixler, lava wave still sucks. Yeah, they got the blind, of course, too. No laser. Suppression pulse instead. And we now have the twisting nether. Ult combos are being used. The sanctification. Saving the day for Skog. Artanis moving back in. Zagara is still at the bottom of the map going for the bell tower, by the way. She's just ruthless. She's only interested in the damage output against the structures here. Not interested even a little bit in the PvP here. Kelvin, he has a PhD in PvE and he is using it every step of the way. Mercenary camps, check. Taking structures down, check. Going for a big team fight? No. 7 kills to 1, 12 to 11, and a double altar spawning. The swap, can they go for a kill? Ophia! Oh, what a combo! What a combo! And they get the double kill. Ophia is down, and so is the Gas Lord. Nice! That was a sexy play. Let's check that one out again. Yeah, they got the combo completely set up. Initially, it started off with Artanis going for the swap, but then a full double kill that they could connect, and that helped them to win the altar, win the fight, get a bit of experience recovered, close that gap slightly, and pull a bit further ahead here. Nicely done. Now, they're going for Tyrael, and he's dead. Tyrael is dead. He's not going to escape here. Makke should be able to make it out. Yep, and he does. But down to the bottom of the map, another combo of Kelvin! And the Maw ruins it. But you can already see where the problem lies. They are gaining momentum. They are scaling. Then they are scaling well. Artanis survives, has to hearth back. Shogal is still at the bot lane. 2v1ing it against Zagara. And it gets problematic. Team Dynouh dominate the early game completely, but after level 10 hit for the red team, for the blue team, they are now starting to make their comeback here. Jimmy is still fine as it seems. Yeah, gets a blast wave to get out here with the level 13. We got the tempered flame now. We also have the surging dash and the Twilight Nova. But they can play for the next camp. 24 against 32 points on the core. So much transference now. Nano, careful baby. He's all alone right now, but he is able to get away. Not so much Ragnaros though. So Ragnaros is down. That situation was a little bit too hot for him. And topside, Artanis, he's still trying to do some general damage to structures, but Ophia is on the way, so he has to rotate back out. It's a double altar that's of course coming up, so you gotta deal with that. Let me see. Can they get... I mean, it should be a 1-for-1 trade. Anything else would be surprising. But you never know. So, Artanis is already moving in. Yeah, there's Shogal. Starting to zone them out slightly, but the first 4 shots have been fired. Abathar is taking control over the top, and thanks to his mule, he can always start repairing those bell towers again. And here, Makke, does he get interrupted? Yes, once, but I think now they gotta fall back. I don't see... Oh, well, he actually jumps in for it. That could be a problem. Yep, because there's Jimmy, and he might be able to jump down. Sanctification even being used. Baits the cooldown out, but how is he going to survive this? Is he going to go all the way around? Does he have the hit point pool for it? Yeah! Get wrecked! Get wrecked! Oh, Swamp Grota! Viable! 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 Artanis with the kill. Swaps him over and then look at him. Bestellt und nicht abgeholt. Didn't he feel silly? Beautiful. 15 to 15, 5 kills to 8, everybody. They are retaking the bell tower they lost down at the bot lane. 20 points to 28 on the core. Oh, it's glorious. It is just glorious. Yeah, Ragnaros, again, he of course can also play around his trade a bit. Level 16 talent is available for Team Dynouh. And here we get the adrenaline boost. They want the Gas Lord though. The Lord is in trouble. The swamp, and it hits Ophia! But Swamp Grota, he died. Artanis committing Sudoku here. Big penetrating round from Jimmy. The double Ophia is not making his life any easier. Pumpkins at the bot lane are crashing into the bell tower. But now we have a level 16 talents. That gives us the Rune Gauntlet. We got the Blast Echo as well. And the Leaden Orb. no defensive talents, honestly, for Cho'Gall here. Hasn't taken anything. No Molten Blood, no nothing. They're still Gucci. But what a fight. Game number 5. Beautiful. Absolutely glorious what we're seeing here. Yeah, Cho'Gall is coming back in. Jimmy is currently joining him too, so it's a 3 versus 2. I mean, this is the last time that we're having 3 altars on the map, and that's always a bit annoying when you're having a Cho'Gall on this map, because you only have 4 bodies, so that makes it a bit tricky. Abathar, the Slug, is of course delivering value as usual, but they're trying to steal a second altar at the top left as they're moving in. And Dynouh is zoning them out a little bit. 16 points on the core against 28. Here comes the interrupt. Tried for the swap too. Couldn't get that. In comes Jimmy. And immediately Ultralisk is on him. But he zones him away. The swap attempt unsuccessful. Swamgrota. Interrupt missed, but already cancelled. Cho'Gall at the bottom of the map also has to be careful. So that's another battle that's raging on. And Ragnaros popping his trade to save the altar at the top, which focuses Orphea's attention straight up to the top bell tower, so she gets that. That's 5 versus 3. They shifted down to the bottom of the map with another swap this time, and this one was way better. Maw doesn't hit anything. Kelvin is in real trouble, and he dies. Kelvin dies. Jimmy might fall too, but Tyrael has to sanct up, gets the help of Abathar. Another 5 shots fired as Gaslow went for the altar at the top, but another swap puts Illidan into Tyrael into a real bad spot. To be fair, he jumps around like Illidan, but he's going to die here. Shield or no shield, I don't care. Tyrael is dead, but they're still not giving up on this, apparently. 10 kills to 7! The ultitum! Can they get Ultralisk? Big damage, but is it enough so for us? And Ultralisk is down! They go for the next kill, and Gaslow is about to die too. What a beautiful game! What a beautiful game! Oh, they went for Orphea, and Coughing Girl got murdered. Now they have the altar, they channel it through. That's at least 3 shots fired. Not quite a lot, but they have to take structures, of course. Jimmy is trying to retake the top, so he's busy on that. 32,000 top hero damage. It's Jimmy. But second is Gaslow. The Gas Lord. He's the one with the big numbers. Jimmy is trying to retake this one and will be able to successfully pull that off, while the rest of his team is busy stealing some of the camps away. Yeah, and apparently even fighting to protect those pumpkins. We also have level 20 in half a level, so it's a wild game. We have 9 kills to 10 now, but still a big disadvantage for Team Makke in core points. But they are scaling, baby! Yeah, Artanis died 4 times. And nobody has less damage than him in the game. So it's only a matter of days before Blizzard nerfs him again. It's gonna happen any moment. Yeah, so we have level 20. It's ready. Swamgrota looking for the big swaps here. Rest of the team, submerge. We also got the favor of the old gods and the shifting nether. So there's the opportunity to exploit the storm talents, but it is a small window. 1 single altar comes up next in the mid lane. And this one should be a freebie at least. Yeah, they're burning the copy down. So that one's gone. I mean, that was a given either way. Same time we have the quest on level 7 completed for Gull. Yeah, but they're trying to come in again for Tyrael. He has the mobility to get away pretty easily, but there's always that push power. Every single time. So Dynouh is now moving through the top and is trying to take this one down. They might be able to channel at the bottom, but I guess they're realizing they're losing this and they want the kill against Zagara. Poor Zagara doesn't stand a chance. Like, absolutely none. Just disappears. It's like, alright, I didn't expect you to be here. So that's going to be the end of that bell tower. They gotta take it because they're losing the one at the top. So this bell tower has to be claimed by them, and they are locking it in. Gaslow has taken the top side, and Cho'Gall, I'm not sure he can handle this. Abathar can help them too, so he needs to run away from it. But a couple of shots were at least fired. It's 11 points to 21. So it's a 10-point lead. Outside of that, it's 20 versus 20 talents now. That gives us, in this case, by the way, also the seal of Eldruin. And talking about Tyrael, he was the next one on the list, but got away. Hive Mind, And now they're going for the boss. And that makes way more sense. They have really, really nice ults for the boss. Now, there is Sanctification, of course, too. But they have Artanis, they have Cho'Gall. So that's 4 shots easily claimed by the blue team. And they are dropping the core now down to 17. 17 to 11. It's such an awesome game, seriously. Not only that we're getting game number 5 in the grand final, but on top of that, we also have them just duking it out here with some crazy heroes. I mean, at this point, just the attempt to delay it even further. So Artanis is doing what he can. Obviously, has the short cooldowns, and that's not a problem. Tyrael is now the top damage dealer. 38,000. Behind Gal, I gotta say. So Gal is a little bit ahead of him. But yeah, boss is super easy for the blue team after the level 20s. And that's, of course, one thing that might become another... I mean, that could become important. 4 minutes? Possible. Absolutely possible. But now it's party time. Now we're going for the fight at the bot lane. It's a double altar that's up for grabs. A 4v4 split on altars and bell towers. So that's the opportunity to put the blue team down into the single digits. Their combo, it's missing. They're missing the initial hit. They could still go for Dynouh. There's the ult and Jimmy with the same, but the Sanctification, and Artanis is dead again. Artanis is dead. Jimmy is on the run. They got the channel opportunity now. Yeah, Nano with Lauber, they're still trying to maintain this, but Tyrael has already started it, and the 4 shots are fired. The blue team drops down to 7 points on the core here. And if they get the second one, oh boy. Ragnaros, he has to go for the trade, pops the molten core here, and zones them out. But it allows Gaslow to go into the middle and try and drop another bell tower. And that's exactly what he does. They're fighting it out down at the bottom of the map. Artanis isn't back yet either. This is trouble brewing. Yeah, this is trouble. And make it double, baby, because they are in real deep shit. So now Fia with the channel, and it seems like she's gonna get it. Yeah, no chance to interrupt. Another 5 shots fired. 5. They're down to 2 points now. 2 points on the core. Team Dynouh, everybody. Makke is low. They're going for the big kill, and they try for Cho'Gall. There's the more, and he gets away. Sulfuras hit on Orphea, but they are absolutely overwhelmed at this point. Way too much for them to handle. There's turrets everywhere. Gaslow playing all this out. Top gets damaged, but the mule is ready. So is Abathur, helping out with shield after shield, and they're dodging back into the mid lane to help out as well. That is a big problem now. 10 kills to 11, everybody. Camps to be taken. If a few of the pumpkins make it through, then it's lights out. And, well, that is it. That is looking real tricky. They're popping everything. They're even using Hyperion to take this one quicker so that they can dodge back out. But now they, of course, have to really force a battle and win it big time, or they're not going to stand a chance here. Now, they have one good news, and that's that the next altar is a single altar on the map. That's the only good news for them, by the way. Looking at the boss, it's a minute and 30, so that should be still fine. But another bell tower gets converted. It's just a ring around the rosy play now. They might be able to claim another one too. But yeah, up at the top you have at least 2 of them playing this out a bit. 5 bell towers. Not that it matters. I mean, at this point it doesn't really matter how many bell towers you control. It matters for the pumpkins, but it doesn't matter for the altar channel. One altar that gets channeled and the game's over. Period. So that's just it. Yeah, pumpkins make it in. The mule was already cast down even before that. So here's the problem. He's going to get the pumpkins. This one has been taken. Svamgrota has to stay here and take the pumpkins down, or it's game. There's a Sanctification. They're trying to cheese it. They couldn't. And now Zagora. She's dead. Zagora got popped. They tried to cheese it with a Sanctification and it didn't work out. Now they took Zagora down. The top fight continues too. And Abathur is helping with the Artanis kill. Artanis is dead, but only 1 pumpkin remains. It's not over yet. But But of course, it's a big problem that now Gazlo is on his way down to the bot lane. They are trying for Fia, they can't. Can they go for Tyrion? No! He's alive! And they are about to die. The big hits against Team Makke. They're in so much trouble. The shot gets fired, a single point on the core, and Cho'Gall gets crushed. Crushed by the jaws. And that is the end. Ragnaros with a molten core. He is trying to prevent it from happening. But the channel is ongoing. Makke, he is gonna die. He killed at least Gazlo, but that is it. And Team Dynouh crowns themselves the champion of Meta Madness, powered by Hightech.